I ain't gonna lie, man. The homie J. Cole, bro, I feel like a lot of people got him misunderstood for what he really trying to do and why he moving the way he moving. Now, me, I'm a Kendrick connoisseur. Kendrick my number one artist, but my number two artist, J. Cole. Now, am I defending J. Cole? Not really, you feel me? But I feel like a lot of niggas is misunderstanding what he's doing. And the homie so low key that anything that he does is gonna be broadcasted, especially if he make a mistake. Now, did he get in some rap beef and bag out expeditiously? Absolutely. There's no denying that. That was weak as hell. He should have been minding his business like he was doing the first time. My nigga kept barking. He was itching. He been fiending to diss somebody about something. But me personally, I strongly believe that J. Cole was in the wrong place at the wrong time and got gaslit by Drake. And that's how we ended up in this whole situation in the first place. And since it happened, this nigga J. Cole just trying to recover for real. Like, this nigga just trying to recover. Like, chill on me. Hold on. Now, hear me out. Let me cook. Let me tell you why I'm thinking like this. I know, J. Cole, whatever, nigga. I don't care. It's a theory going around that J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake was supposed to be on First Person Shooter. But Drake said he's gonna send the song to Kendrick, and Kendrick denied, and that's how this whole thing happened.
The First Person Shooter rumor that we initially heard, right, was that they all were gonna be on the song, or that there was a feature request to Kendrick, because there is the bar where he says, I'm surprised you wanted the feature request, we got some shit to address. But this theory would mean that that bar was about something else. Because in this theory, allegedly, Drake and Cole are talking about First Person Shooter, okay? And Drake says to Cole, we should get Kendrick on this. He says, Cole, I got it. I've been talking to Dot. We've been meaning to do some shit. So Drake says to Cole, I'm gonna send him the song, and never does. Kendrick never receives the feature request at all. And Drake says to Cole, Dot didn't want to do it, but we should still put the song up. So Cole and Drake drop the song, and this is why Kendrick would have said you did Cole foul, because you now bring me as Drake bring Cole into the mix of this beef where Cole says we the big three, I'm the GOAT. They're now parading on stage with the video and the Spider-Man meme, and Kendrick now is looking at this like, what the fuck is going on out there? And never heard about it.
Because Cole thinks that Dot passed on it?
Yeah, passed on it.
He decided to pass on it.
Yeah, he just decided to pass on it.
Okay.
And in that case, Kendrick's looking at like what's happening. Now he looks at Drake like, are you gonna tell Cole that you didn't actually tell me about this song and now you brought him into this?
Now, we all know Drake been finessing since day one, and he's a master manipulator. The nigga even took the Weeknd whole album, dropped it, and called it Take Care, like he did the whole thing himself. But back to J. Cole and why I think this whole theory is true. In the song First Person Shooter, J. Cole's verse, if you really listen to it, he was really talking about us three, me, Kendrick, and Drake. But Drake's verse, he was only talking about him and J. Cole. Now, why would J. Cole make a verse about three niggas on a song if it's only two? Now, in J. Cole's verse in First Person Shooter, he said, love when they argue the hardest MC, is it Kid Out, is it RB and me? We the big three like we started the league. Now, how does that fit into the theory? I think that Drake told J. Cole that Kendrick is gonna be on a song prior to J. Cole making his verse. And that's why J. Cole's verse is kind of including Kendrick in the song. Now, what do we know about J. Cole? Number one, the homie passive aggressive. This Cuba Gooding Jr. ass nigga been throwing jabs, punching air for the longest time, wishing a nigga would. And number two, because he passive aggressive, that leads to a lot of contradictions. He always standing for something and doing something else at the same time. That don't make no sense, Cole. What is you on, my boy? Now, in the same song, I'm gonna show you how he contradicts himself. Now, him and Kendrick have no beef whatsoever. They have been really good friends since day one. They are supposed to even drop an album together. But on this song, J. Cole saying we the big three, but he also sneak dissing Kendrick for some reason.
Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, this shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers were fucking it, everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear my plate.
Say, J. Cole just said we gotta wait for the bars. Now, that everybody could take that as a shot at Kendrick because he doesn't spam music like everybody else. But at the same time, it's a lot of artists that also don't spam music. Tyler, the Creator, I think he took like a 3-year break, low-key, between albums. Frank Ocean ain't dropped in 2 decades, you feel me? Nicki Minaj. But J. Cole said we gotta wait for the bars, which could be a low-key shot at Kendrick as well as some other artists. But then this nigga goes on to say, everybody steppers and everybody breakfast, I'm about to clear off my plate. Why would you say that? I'm like, that's clearly a Kendrick diss, because Kendrick's last album was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. What reason do you have to even, you know what I'm saying, talk about Kendrick. Like, y'all supposed to be cool. Why you contradicting? But like I said, J. Cole is a professional air puncher. This nigga's the best shadow boxer in the world. And now we go back to my theory, because this is the part where J. Cole ends up in some rap beef that ain't got nothing to do with him, because he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, messing with some snakes. Out of nowhere, here comes Metro Boomin with an album and a song called Like That. And on top of that, we got a surprise feature from Kendrick Lamar in Future, which is crazy. Dissing these niggas, because you know we've been waiting on the bars, like Cuba Gooding Jr., aka J. Cole, said. But check me out, now J. Cole is being dissed by Kendrick Lamar and he is going in. And this is supposed to be his man's. Now this brings us all the way back to the theory, because either A, Drake told J. Cole he would send the song to Kendrick, but he never did. And this is all a new surprise to Kendrick, which is why he's dissing these niggas, because why is they dissing me? Or B, Drake never sent the song to Kendrick also, but only pitched the idea of all three of us being on the song together. Which is why in Euphoria, Kendrick said, surprised you wanted that feature request, you know we still got some shit to address. And in Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar said, you did Cole foul, I don't know why you still pretending. And I don't even think Kendrick knew J. Cole was on the song. And I also think Drake manipulated J. Cole into thinking Kendrick would be on the song, which is why he was rapping like it's three niggas on the song. And I also think that if Kendrick would have known that J. Cole was on the song, don't you think he would have said something to J. Cole? Like, hey, yo, this the ops. And if he didn't even say it's the ops, like, hey, yo, he's manipulative, be careful over there. And I think if we all got a friend that's doing something stupid, we're probably gonna let them know, like, hey, you know, this is what happens over here on this side of the world, just in case. We gonna warn you, watch your back. I think Kendrick would say that to J. Cole if he would have known that he was on the song. Now, if the Future and Kendrick dropped this song, everybody going crazy, and you don't hear nothing from Drake or J. Cole. Now, at this point, I think Drake and J. Cole feeling the pressure, but mostly J. Cole because, like I said, he a professional shadow boxer. He been wishing a nigga would for years. So J. Cole dropped 7-minute drill, basically throwing jabs at Kendrick and calling it a friendly fade. Whole time, J. Cole just got dissed. It's like J. Cole slapboxing against Kendrick and Kendrick hit his ass with an actual punch. And J. Cole like, okay, slow down, hold on. Keep in mind, we slapboxing, and I am the world's best shadow boxer, so I kinda got experience doing this. But the world ain't trying to hear that. You just got dissed by Kendrick Lamar and your response is talking about a friendly fade. But why did J. Cole respond like this? I think it's because him and Kendrick are friends. Why are we beefing? I don't want to beef with you, you the homie. But this is what J. Cole messed up, because now he's involved. And I don't think J. Cole understood the severity of this Kendrick and Drake beef and how long it's been going on. Keep in mind, J. Cole's still in the mindset of the big three. That is what he's rapping about. That's his current situation and why he's dropping diss tracks. But Kendrick and Drake, they over here talking about PDF files and who got the biggest. And that's why Schoolboy Q, a good friend of Kendrick Lamar, approached J. Cole and was like, hey, homie, you see that bike over there, cuz? J. Cole like, yeah, you might want to take that hoe for a spin, dead homies. J. Cole like, why? Dead homies, we finna air this bitch out, get from around here, cuz. J. Cole was like, yes, sir, I understand this has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm out of here. And that's why J. Cole got up out of there. He wasn't scared, he wasn't worried, it just had nothing to do with him. The problem is J. Cole been bragging about how great of an air puncher he is for the past couple years, and his ass actually got hit, and now he don't want to fight no more. And now it's gonna look like you scared to rap, when all in reality, you just trying to mind your business. The problem I'm having is everybody trying to act like he ain't one of the greatest, most lyrical rappers to ever walk the face of this earth. Y'all be acting like this nigga ain't got verse of the year at all times. And everybody talking about he out of the big three, this and that. Whatever, I guess. But I want y'all to put in the comments what relevant lyrical rapper with a catalog that you will replace J. Cole with. Which finally brings me to my last point, Port Antonio. J. Cole finally drops a song after like 4 or 5 months after Not Like Us dropped and the beef is dead and gone and forgot about. What? I feel like niggas wouldn't stop cyberbullying J. Cole, and so he like, I'm leaving here with something. But J. Cole drops Port Antonio and it is absolutely amazing and fire, and we needed that out of J. Cole. But let me tell you why I think it took so long for him to drop this song. Now in this song, it's a lyric where he say, in this game where all you got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking and niggas trying to be smirched mine. Now Genius is saying is that this line is a play on words about Dirk's nickname, which is Smirk or something, I don't know, I never heard that in my life. But I think this is a double entendre about Dirk and all of the Slide for Vaughn comments he gets, because he's supposed to be gangster, and he didn't do anything about it. And besmirch means to damage the reputation of someone or something. J. Cole's been kicked out the top 3 and name been thrown in the mud because he backed out of a beef that got nothing to do with him. Like I said earlier, y'all been cyberbullying this nigga to the point where he gotta drop something the same way niggas saying slide for Von to dirt. J. Cole said, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. He got up out of there because it had nothing to do with him. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. Ain't nobody want no blood, bro. We wanted 3 goats to go head to head to see who the best rapper out of all of them so we can wrap all this up. And we absolutely wanted some clicks to make our pockets grow. We are very poor. And this is the part where J. Cole does that contradicting thing that I was talking about earlier. He said, they see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. That's a bar. And he follows that up by saying, I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. And everybody in their mama lost it and started bashing him and going in on him for this one single line out the whole song. And I don't even think that's the point that J. Cole was trying to get across in that line. Now, I feel like I'm the only one that realizes this, but J. Cole was not trying to say that he would have won the battle. That is not what he's trying to say at all. Was that a poor choice of words? Absolutely. What J. Cole was trying to say is that it's not the battle that he's losing. It's not about the rap, and it's him losing a friend in the process of trying to prove himself. He not saying I would have won. He not saying I would have lost. What J. Cole is trying to say is that my friendship with Kendrick Lamar is more important than winning or losing this rap battle. And once the dust settles and everything is all said and done, it's not the #1 spot that's being taken from me. It's my friendship with Kendrick Lamar. Later in the song, J. Cole goes on to explain how Drake did a lot for him and they'll always be cool no matter what. J. Cole wanted to push positivity, that's cool or whatever, but if it wasn't for the fact that Drake been dissing you all summer, my nigga, like a quarter of a year, and you ain't did nothing about it after wishing a nigga would for 2, 3, 4 years. And he says a whole lot more controversial stuff in the song, like they stripped me on my spot and now I'm finally free and I'm picking sides, don't lie on me. Like he said I'm not switching sides. This nigga literally switched sides. Like he literally switched sides. You did a song with Drake, got dissed by Kendrick, dissed Kendrick back, apologized to Kendrick, and then we got him on a surprise track on the same album where Kendrick dissed him on, working with the same niggas that dissed him. It's like he in a gang and it's time to do gang shit. But Cuba Gooding Jr. got out the car, like I said. He got out the car. I don't want to do this no more. I'm going home. And then we see you with the ops doing gang shit again. And we like, yo, we thought you wasn't gang no more. He like, nah, cool. I'm volunteering for the church, this community service. I'm not in the gang. I got on all their colors, but I'm not gang with them. I'm just over here volunteering. But the song was fire. He won back the hearts of a lot of fans that he lost. I just feel like he went about this whole rap beef the wrong way because, like I said, he was in it without knowing he was in it. He was trying to be the best rapper, and that's not even what the beef was about between Drake and Kendrick. It felt like J. Cole got caught up in a lie, and instead of telling the truth, it felt like he was trying to do a lot of damage control and manipulation to make sure the lie go in his favor so he not seen as the bad guy. But this is what I think J. Cole should have done. Let's say he can't even control the whole timeline. Everything happened all the way to Port Antonio. The only mistakes I feel like he made was doing that song with Future and Metro, making that grippy song that had nothing to do with nothing, mid-beef. Why are you doing features? You need to be sitting there working on your next song. And the next song shouldn't have been Port Antonio. I think Port Antonio dropped at an amazing time. Like after the Not Like Us hype died down a little bit, we all can listen to what J. Cole has to say. I think he would have got way more respect if he would have told his side of the story. Like, yo, Drake manipulated me and now I'm in a situation I can't get out of. I'm not scared, but this ain't got nothing to do with me. But that's just my opinion, and I don't really know nothing.